Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest solo trapping video. Today I'll be showcasing some clips from a KVK I had. This was still my smaller build, but yes, it still worked at this time. This is actually after Tier 5. Not a lot of people had Tier 5, and if you're in a smaller kingdom, you don't have to really worry about Tier 5 anyways, because the people won't have it. But this is me just doing a 1000 IQ trap. I do this trap a lot, so this trap seems to work most of the time still. Like, I've been doing it for years, and it still works. If you guys don't know what this trap is, it's basically just walking your leader across the map and kind of going fishing. You basically kind of reel people in with your leader. Your leader walks back, people just think you're an empty castle and go farm you. A lot of times they'll actually do like a farming attack like this, so it's like a tier 2 attack or a tier 3 attack. Most of them are actually cav, because cav is the fastest, so people are just kind of speeding up to try and get your leader. So you don't always get tier 4 attacks, well, at least at the start. Sometimes people will start off with tier 2, then go tier 4. Now they just go tier 5. But you also got to watch out if your leader is walking back. I am getting attacked again here. This is going to be the same thing. My leader is actually walking back, so this is something you really have to watch about if you're doing this trap. If your leader is walking back, you do not have the stats. So if someone was to go in with a really good blast, they could do a ton of damage. That guy was not strong enough, so he only did 52,000 damage to me. But if a big titan or something poured next to you and your leader is walking back, you are in trouble. I just actually noticed today, I was trying doing this on my rally trap, which it still works on my rally trap, which is hilarious because my rally trap's over 200 mil might. But again, my rally trap can take a leaderless tier 5 hit. This account cannot take a leaderless tier 5 hit from a good player. We could probably take like one of these guys or whatever. Like, if they don't have like 800 plus stats and stuff, you're probably still pretty fine, and no tier 5 familiars and all that. But if they have a good, what's called good stats, like 850 plus with double tier 5 familiars, they can do a ton of damage to you. You really need your gear on for that one, and especially your leader, because if you don't have your leader, you don't actually have your talents either. So you're basically sitting in farming talents at this point with no gear on. That's basically what your stats are. No gear on and farming talents. That's what happens when your leader's walking back. So some people are not strong enough to go through that. You can see the guy who just went in with that blast, only 250. Usually 250 is okay, but 375 can be a problem because obviously it's a much more damage. It's a 50% boost, so 50% more damage coming at you, and also they'll be attacking you for that much longer because it takes you longer to kill the troops and all that. Like 250, they die pretty fast, so it's usually not a problem. But if they go 375, they have good gear, can be a big problem. My leader is still walking back, so right now I'm just like wondering, is someone else going to go in for the attack? Because that guy attacked me, poured away. It kind of does ruin the trap because now I have a leader, and people are thinking an empty castle has a leader, because that's the whole point of this trap, is make people think you're an empty castle, because that way they'll go in and usually attack you, not worry about it. That was just a cab blast. Oh, he went tier 2, tier 4. So he tried to basically shield his tier 4. Didn't quite shield all his tier 4, but ended up losing his leader. He got out of there really fast too. I think he was worried about getting rallied, because right as he hit me, he poured away. I tried to post him in chat just to try to get people to rally him, but he was already out, and I guess my guild was already in a different kingdom, so that didn't work either. So same thing here. I'm doing a 1000 IQ trap. Leader is walking back. My leader did come back before this guy was able to hit me, so which is good. Two people are actually speeding up. I'm gonna actually just switch over there. It's a tier 4 attack, not a big deal. It wasn't a titan or anything like that, so I didn't need to switch my war gear in this situation. Someone like that is not a big deal. Like, I've kind of realized what my accounts can take and what they can't take. With your account, you might have to figure that out yourself, but if I see someone who doesn't have like full mythic gear, there's certain might, and I see them speeding up towards me with range, and I can counter with infantry. I usually don't have to switch my gear, especially with the comp I have. It's just not enough damage. You can see they did less than 200,000 damage there. So, but yeah, so I'm not in a worry about switching my gear or anything like that. But a lot of times, let's say if it was like a titan or something, like you want to switch your gear, you want to get everything on and all that stuff. But in this situation, it was totally fine. Also, if you don't switch your gear, people don't know you're online, so you also don't want to heal right away. Healing right away will actually show them you're online, and then we'll go for the second attack. I actually did have full mythic gear, so maybe I did get lucky and did switch. I just assumed he wasn't a great attacker, but with that full mythic gear, with pretty good familiars here, no tier 5 familiars, thankfully, but I was able to cap that even in my construction gear there. Yeah, I think I might have got a little bit lucky on that one actually, because that guy had pretty good gear, full mythic and all that, so he is probably around 700%. At least. I'm not sure what Blaze's attack was there. If he does watch this video, maybe he can tell us. But yeah, he only did 181,000 to there. He didn't have any tier 5 familiars, which is really nice because obviously tier 5 familiars do a ton of damage. So here I am. I thought I was getting gangbanged here. XIX was having some fun with me. I think they knew who I was. So they were just having some fun here. They realized, I think, who I was, and they're just sending one troops at me, throwing up the emotes. I'm just like, okay, I'll throw an emote back at them since they did that. So I threw up the heart face. But yeah, XIX. So I've been in many guilds that've been allied with XIX, and I know XIX pretty well because they've been around. At least I've known them quite a while. So I've never actually been in XIX, but I know them, and apparently they know me too because they're throwing up the emotes there. But I just kind of threw this in here because they were nice enough to do that, and they got in video because of it. So yeah, so they weren't going to hit me or anything. I think someone actually did send a tester mark, but the other guy just sent a one troop, so maybe he didn't get the memo, so, or he was just doing that for fun. Anyway, so I'm going to do the 1000 IQ trap again here. Again, walking the leader back, seeing who's going to go for it, if anyone does. Usually I'll walk it through wonders and stuff like that. It's a great way for people to see it, because the whole point of this is for people to see the leader walking back. No one sees the leader walking back, they're not going to hit you. It's that whole thing. If no one hears a tree fall down in the woods, did it really fall down or did it make a sound or whatever it was? That's the same thing with the leader walking back. If you guys are doing this leader and you're just randomly walking the leader back and no one's looking at that area of the map, guess what? No one's going to hit you. So if you guys are trying this trap and you're having problems with it, try to release it around people are doing stuff. So like say people are rallying someone, or they're doing the Wonder Wars, or again, your guildmate's getting rallied, like somewhere where a lot of people are looking, or you see someone getting posted in global and a lot of people are scouting something, walk your leader through there. A lot of people see it. You don't even need to post yourself then, because a lot of people do the problem with posting. Anyways, there's an attack coming in. It is only tier 3 on this one though. Unfortunately, it wasn't a full attack. It is some free points for KVK though, because any points in KVK is good, or any hits in KVK. So 200,000 tier 3 is still good points in KVK, so it's a great way to get extra points in KVK, because you get like tier 2 hits, you get tier 3 hits, you get tier 4 hits, and tier 5 hits nowadays too, so great way to get those extra points. But again, yes, like I said, if you're doing this trap, make sure that, oh yeah, my leader's not even back yet, so my leader is still walking back. Again, this is something you got to worry about, because people will go in for the hit before your leader gets back, but this situation wasn't too bad. Someone went for attack. I still had like 3 or 4 minutes before my leader is coming back, so I'm going to get another attack here. This guy's speeding up. This one's going to be a tier 2. These other guys are just scouting me, so they're just scouts there, and then one person sending the tier 2 in. Again, more points for me. But yeah, so it's a great way to get more points in KVK. So yeah, there's nothing to worry about though. There wasn't really any Titans, I think, at this point, which is good because my comp would not be able to take them, especially with the tier 5 and stuff that was out at the time. So my comp was a little too small. Decided to up my comp at the end. So the last clip in this video will be the time where I up my comp, but still wasn't the tier 2, tier 3, which is the current way to go. If you're going to build a solo trap, make sure you go tier 2, tier 3. It's the best way right now, because tier 5 millers just do too much damage to the tier 1 in the back line, so you end up just taking losses when you don't need to. So that's why I kind of switched there. Like, I'd already had problems with tier 4 and tier 5 familiars. Once tier 5 troops came out with tier 5 familiars, it was just too much to keep the tier 1. So had to get rid of the tier 1, went the tier 2, tier 5, or yeah, tier 2. There's a good solo trap comp, tier 2, tier 5, but I went tier 2, tier 3. So this is good, the last clip. This is where I'd already boosted up again. This is when I was trying to see if I could still use the old comp, but just make it bigger and see if that would still work. I mean, it did cap people, but I was ending up losing like troops every time a good tier 5 player, or yeah, a good like Titan hit me or something like that, I would just like automatically lose troops. There's nothing I could do. So this guy actually just ported next to me, was actually really nice and waited till my leader came back before he hit me. He didn't go in for a tester or anything like that. So these guys are nice. These are the guys I like, because it's always worrisome when someone ports next to you, don't have your leader, because if they are really good, it can hurt a lot, especially nowadays. Like before, it used to be fine. I used to be able to do this trap like a year ago, before like the tier 5 familiars and all that. I could just do this trap whenever I wanted. I would take like mythic champ hits without my leader and be totally fine. A lot of times I wouldn't cap them because I don't have the attack, but if I counter them, they won't even win. They won't even burn me. They'd probably get a walk back, but they wouldn't even burn me. So that's mythic champ, like top tier guys, like who hit me. It was like Cannon and stuff like that. He hit me without my leader, and I actually won that one, which was funny. I did a video on that. It was really far back. So my leader is back now. This guy's a little slow. It took him a while to realize my leader already came back, because he poured next to me to get the leader, obviously. But then he took like a minute or so just to realize to send even an attack at me. So here comes the attack. I was waiting forever. I was like, is he even gonna hit me? And then he sends full range. So I'm like, I see full range, no fodder in that attack. I'm like, okay, I don't need to switch my gear. I was going to switch my gear there. Decided not to, because I wanted to get a follow-up attack. But TH, I think, is a Chinese guild. I'm not sure. A lot of the Chinese guilds really hate soloing people. So the only way I could get people to solo me in Chinese guilds was actually to do this trap. That was kind of the origin of it, because I was like, the English guild is really easy to get people to hit you because they're very aggressive and stuff. Chinese guilds, just like the rally people, they will not solo you no matter what. Like LH is the literal worst. If you're a solo trap, don't even bother going to an LH kingdom. They will not solo you. They'll rally you. I mean, I had my 90 mil might alt. With my leader, I was trying to do like the 2000 IQ trap, and they set a double rally on my 90 mil might alt, which was in fury. Like, what are they doing? Like, seriously, what are you thinking? Like, even like it's in fury. Like, there's nothing I could do. Anyways, this guy poured next to me, so or not. Actually, that wasn't the guy. I was just looking to see who was in their guild, but. I was looking to see who was in their guild, because now that I have the leader, this guy ports next to me, so now I'm getting ready to switch my war gear, because this guy's a Titan, but he sets a rally. So I was like, yep, good old Chinese guilds. We'll never go in for the solo. The solo rescue usually never happens from Chinese guilds. It's just, unless, actually, that one time where the Emperor from KW, Chen Yi, and his buddies used their bots to come and gangbang me and hit 7 attacks all in the same second. Again, I'm a little salty about that, because they did end up zeroing my trap, or half zeroing my trap, and I had to rebuild after that. But I did cap the first 3, but they all have Emperor items and stuff like that, and their Barons and all that. But this guy, yeah, this guy's like almost in a max account, 11k heroes. Goes in for the rally. I'm just like, oh god, come on, go in for the solo attack. I want your leader. But yeah, obviously, the Chinese guilds are less likely to actually go in for the attack. So anyways, he's going to rally me. They're not going in for the solo attack. So I'll end the video here. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will have some more newer clips coming out soon. Obviously, I got to get rid of all the old clips first before I start doing that. I did post a rally video, my previous one. I do have a lot more clips, but again, I usually wait a month or two just so people can't follow me around. And that way they don't know where I am. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.